Good morning. Good morning. I am Vision Coach Alicia, and I am here this morning to have a conversation with you. Listen, I was thinking about 2020, and I was thinking about in 2020 that I was over $30,000 in debt. And I had just started coaching, wasn't sure what direction to go in and exactly how to do it and what I was going to do with it. But I knew that it was something that I was called to do. And because of that, I made a decision to join a community of coaches. And so I invested in a community of coaches. I invested in my vision. I invested in my dream. And I decided that in order to continue to go forward, that I will have to make some sacrifices. And so in 2020, with $30,000 worth of debt in mind, I made a decision that I was going to be a vision coach because I knew that that is what I was good at, that I can see a thing and I can help it come to pass. And so I launched my business in 2020 in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of $30,000 worth of debt. And what happened was I made a decision once I joined that community to use everything in the community that I could to help me move forward. And in the community, it taught me that I needed to niche down my business, to know exactly who was my ideal client and who I was going to serve in that business. Since then, I've coached over 50 people. I have helped people start their businesses. I have helped people refine their ministries. I have helped people develop products. I have increasingly been doing my purpose as a coach. One of the things that I realized was that I was not charging what I was worth. And my coach had a conversation with me and she said, Alicia, would you prefer to coach 20 people at $27? Or would you prefer to coach 5 people at what you're worth? And I decided that made more sense to me. Value over volume. When I made that decision, everything shifted for me. I started to coach. I started my 30-day program. I started my 90-day program. And in these programs, people enrolled. And I realized that I was getting results. And as I started to see the results started to come in, my confidence built in who I was as a coach. And I no longer was fearful of my pricing, of what I charge, because I had the confidence that my clients would get the results. And so today in 2021, results have been in, and I made another shift. I pivoted. I decided I no longer want to coach one-on-one clients. I want to do group coaching. So yet another shift came. With this shift, I made this decision as I reflected of all that I did in 2020 to get out of $30,000 worth of debt. I made deposits in the bank. I didn't go shopping. I did not go and entertain myself. I made sure that this was being treated as a business and not as a hobby. And because of that, I want to bring to you a November to remember. What is in November to remember? My masterclass. I want to teach you in this class 5 ways, if you would listen and learn, of how to make a daily deposit to the bank. How you can plan to make a deposit every day. I became no longer satisfied with a weekly deposit, nor a monthly deposit. I needed to figure out, how do I make a deposit every day in the bank. And so I came up with 5 ways, 5 things, 5 products that have been assured, and I have been able to do it every day for the last 6 months to make a deposit. Whether it's a deposit of $25 or $2,500 or $25,000, guess what? When I signed my first $25,000 contract, I was floored. I could not believe at that time that that person said yes. And it was because they wanted their group to get what I had to offer. And that's when my mind shifted and my mentality shifted that I can be a group coach. And so I want to invite you on Tuesday, November the 16th, to my November to Remember masterclass. In that masterclass, for an hour and 30 minutes, I will teach you the process, the planning, and the system to assure that you can make a deposit every day to your account and see it grow and get out of debt and be able to live and enjoy your coaching business or whatever business that you're in, that you do not have to feel that you are a slave to that business, that you may plan a vacation, you could take a vacation. And yes, now I could go shopping if I want, but with discipline. And so going to the bank every day feels very good. And I want you to feel the same way. So please join me on Tuesday, November the 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Convert it to whatever time zone that you're in and be in my masterclass. This is the next step. I decided not to add a link to this broadcast because I want you to want it as badly for yourself as I want you to want it for yourself. So you have to take the extra step and go to my Facebook page and look for this ad in November to Remember. Hit the link, go to Eventbrite and register. And guess what? The class is only $20.22 because I want you to start your new year right. I want you to start strong. Right now, everyone is talking about ending the year strong. I want you to start strong in 2022. So for $20.22, the price of my masterclass, let me sit with you in that think tank space and show you, if you would listen and learn, to 5 ways that you can take money to the bank and deposit it every day in your account. It has been a proven fact for me. I have done it over and over and over and over for the last 6 months. There has not been one day in the last 6 months that I have not made a daily deposit to the bank, whether I transferred the money from Cash App or transferred it from PayPal or transferred it from Zelle. I've put it into my business account to the point where now I am building a team. Because once you start to see the fruit of your labor, you can start to think about expansion. And that is where I am. I am expanding Boss Business Coaching. But let's do it together. In November, I want you to be able to remember November of 2021, that you pivoted, that you moved, that you sought after the investment that was necessary for you to go to the next level. When I decided that I was going to invest in myself and that it was going to be a 4-figure investment, then a 5-figure investment, I was, oh my goodness. But because I did it, because I learned my niche in coaching, because I became a part of a community that cared, because I had a coach that made me show up as the expert, I am able to now produce a masterclass that will help you to make daily deposits. So once again, after this broadcast, please go to my Facebook page, not my business page, my regular page, Alicia George. and find this particular ad in November to Remember, hit the link, go to Eventbrite and register for $20.22 and become a part of changing your life and seeing you start strong in 2022. I am Vision Coach Alicia George. I help innovative Christian female entrepreneurs to identify, create, and launch a four-figure business while producing daily revenue within 90 days. So please go register and become a part of a November to Remember masterclass. I am looking forward to being in the class with you. It will be on Zoom. Once you register, the link will be sent to you. And let's get started making daily deposits. Doesn't have to be weekly, doesn't have to be monthly, but set your goal to be making a daily deposit. So go over to my page and register, and I will see you in the Zoom room.